Are you tired of trying to get that perfect cut of fabric centered exactly how you like it for your pattern piece when sewing? Let me show you how to fix that. Hi, I'm Tina with Threads and Glue. Welcome to my channel. In this example, I'm going to be using the pattern by Swoon Blanche Barrel Bag, and we're going to be using the side pocket panel piece. It says to fold it on the dotted line, and I'm showing you here that I've done that, and I'm placing it on the fold of a regular 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. I'm going to stick a pin in it. I'm just trying to create the entire pattern piece so that I can see the whole piece and not have to fold my fabric and not be able to see the underside. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. Make sure you don't use your fabric scissors, although I am, but you might get yelled at if someone else cares that you're cutting paper with your fabric scissors. Once we get this piece cut out, I'm going to show you how we're going to cut the center out so that we have a window so we can see the fabric better. If you need to cut a lot of these pattern pieces out, I recommend you use something sturdier, such as a cereal box or something like that. I only need 2 pockets, so I'm just using regular paper. You can also use a clear template, like plastic template, and then you won't have to cut the window out like I did. So we have our piece. Now I'm going to pin that window piece that I've cut onto my fabric and cut. I had my template piece that I made folded in half, so I had center marks on it. So when I'm laying it down on the fabric, I can center it exactly on the fabric. You fold your fabric in half, run your finger over it to create a crease, and then you can line your center marks of your paper up with your center marks of your frog. Normally, when I cut something out that has curves like this, I prefer to use my smaller rotary cutter, the 28mm size, but I could not find it anywhere in my sewing room, so I'm using the bigger one. Also, normally I would have a ruler or something laying over the edges to protect my fingers, but I also didn't want to block your view, so I just had to be very careful not to cut my fingers. So once you have that cut out, I'm going to show you how perfect this turned out. Now remember, I had to keep in mind that when I sew this, I'm going to lose 1/4 inch at the top and the bottom. But because my frog was not quite small enough, I was going to be losing something, whether it be part of his head or at the bottom. So I chose to lose part from the bottom when I make that seam. So I made sure to go 1/4 inch above his head so that I didn't lose any of that. Hope you found this tip helpful. Hit that follow button so I can share more tips with you. Bye.